Today we are with a brand new Hyundai Tucson facelift 2024, and I have with me the full hybrid version. It comes with a 1.6 liter petrol engine, T-GDi, 4 cylinders inline combined with one electric motor and 1.5 kilowatt hour battery. So the car is able to drive also in electric mode, in a mix mode, or also in petrol mode, which is super cool. Also in this video we will focus on the consumption. I have so many questions from you guys. I have another video separate consumption where I test it on the highway, high speeds, and also in the city, kind of a mix. But in this video we will focus only on the city. I will drive in the city, I will try to go in a traffic, I will try to simulate a real life scenario, and we will see what kind of consumption we can get. I will use the level 1 climatic system low, and I will reset right now the consumption. I will drive only on eco mode, so you just know about that, and I will reset it right now and let's start it. What I want to tell you is the fact that this version that I have with me is the N Line version, and I have another videos with the car. I won't give you too many technical data and infos about driving and so on in this video, but I have a separate video with a test drive, proper test drive, where I talk about the way is the car, the suspension, the comfort, the visibility, the way the hybrid system work. I will explain you also in this video a little bit, but keep in mind that we will focus only on the consumption because this is really important. Outside I think there are around 31 degrees. You can see down there it's pretty warm. The climatic system, it's running, and it's running quite high. Even if we are on low level 1, it's pretty good temperature inside the cabin. But I will leave it like that because all my tests are made with this temperature, with these settings on all the cars. So if you want to make an idea between the difference between this car and other cars that I already test, you can make a difference quite easy because I use the same settings. I really like the position and the comfort of the car. It's really lovely. I think everything, it's just perfect array. Also great visibility around the windows, around the mirrors. The seats are super comfy, great space around here, a lot of space. I really love the way they redesigned the dashboard because you have a lot of storage space. Now you have a storage space up here. Here it's huge storage space under the center console. Then you have here the armrest. Everything seems to be fit perfectly. It's very ergonomic, even if they fit the climatic system on this screen, matte screen down here. It looks great, and what I notice is the fact that once you put the finger on them, it works quite fast. Also, now they moved the gear selector here behind the steering wheel, and to be honest, I like it much more down here. I feel like it's more natural if it's down here than up like we have on other cars. It's not a big deal, I mean, not a big difference, but still it feels like it's more natural down here. Also, you can kind of customize the digital screen, so you can see a lot of things, useful things around there, not only the consumption but also the power distribution, because the all-wheel drive version, by the way, this is the all-wheel drive version. You can see how the car is distribute the power between the front and rear wheel. You can see the consumption in the middle, and also you can see a nice graphic with what happened in real time with the energy. This car is able to drive over 800 kilometer range. It has a range of over 800 kilometer if you have a fuel tank. By the way, we start with half battery, so you can see we have half battery left. So yeah, this is good as an information for the consumption. And also I forget to show you that from here, from those pedals, you can regenerate, choose the level of regeneration, and I will leave it on auto, so the car will choose automatically how the regenerative brake to be. But if you move it, if you switch it to sport mode, those pedals will switch to changing the gears, which is super cool. A lot of cool settings, a lot of nice material almost everywhere. I really like this car. This is one of my favorite SUV. The price of the car around 45,000 euro. Depending in which country you are, the price might be different, but you can expect the numbers to be around there. We will drive just in the city. The maximum speed will be around 60, 70 maximum, but most of the time 50 or less than 50. But yeah, just to know what to expect. Today it's Sunday, which is not so full of traffic. Usually in the week time it's a little bit more crowded, but you will see we will get a little bit of traffic also in this trip. There are a few things that I like a lot on this car. One of that, it is the suspension. I really like the suspensions of the car, and the sound insulation, because the car comes with double glass, so the acoustic glass are fantastic, so you have a very nice, quiet, pleasant atmosphere inside the car. So the gear shifter, by the way, it's a 6-speed automatic transmission combined with all these electric motor and petrol engine, 215 horsepower. It's more than enough, and it seems to work pretty good together. So probably after I drive it, after I test it, it's probably one of the best full hybrid system on the market these days. It works really, really smooth and nice, and let's just hope will be also reliable in time. When you brake, you can see the graphic there, how the car is recuperating the energy, and right now the car is recuperating some energy into the battery, so we have a little bit over half battery. You can also switch from here to see the graphic if you want to see the graphic here, or you can see the cameras around the car. And by the way, something that I forget to tell you in the other test drive is the fact that from this button, if you have the 360 degrees cameras, you can choose to see the camera all the time. You can leave the front camera or the rear camera permanently on the screen while you're driving, the same as on the Tesla. And this is something that I didn't see on other reviewers, and this is something that I forget to tell you in my other test drive, and I'm happy that I remember now, so you can see it here in this video as well. So the good part is that you can activate it from here. And I drive like that yesterday, and it was like permanently here. So look at this. So once you gain some traction, some speed, then the camera will be always on. And this is super useful, because in this way you can see a little bit better what happened in the back, even though I think it's a pretty good visibility even in this mirror. But in this way it's like you're having another rear mirror, which it's so useful in many situations. Plus this 360 degrees camera, I noticed that it's crazy clear. It has such a good visibility, such a good resolution, and even in the front, you can see, if you drive in the front from here, you can see the car, but only the upper side somehow of the car, yeah, but you don't see the lower part here. If it's something on the ground, maybe a dog, maybe something, you can definitely see it. Or if you go off-road and if it's a stone or something on the lower area, you can definitely activate these cameras and you can see what happened down there, so which is so cool. And you can switch between front and rear camera. Incredible feature. There are many features which the reviewers and even me sometimes I forget to show you, because there are so many things on those new cars, and even here it comes with so many technology which sometimes you forget to show or to tell about. Now here I have to slow down all the time when I get around those crosswalks, because the cars are parked exactly in front of the crosswalk and you don't see the people that might come, and I have to slow down a little bit. It's something that I really recommend you to do if you're driving in such a city with those kind of cars parked on the close to the crosswalk, just like that. Sometimes it's impossible to see what's going on around there. Anyway, we will drive a little bit in the city and we will enjoy this. This warning, it's from the speed warning. I can deactivate it you want, I can show you. It's very simple. I show you in the other video. And it's great that it gives you many options. By the way, right now we are driving in electric mode, and if you look in the front right there, it says electric mode. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but right there in the middle it says electric mode, and it shows you when you're driving in electric, it shows you when you're charging. For example, right now it says charging, and it shows you when you're driving in hybrid mode or when it's in idle mode. Idle, it's like everything is sleeping on a sleep mode. The transition between electric motor and petrol engine, it's smooth. Also the transition when you're braking between regenerative brake and physical brake, it's also extremely smooth, which is very nice. Right now we are driving in electric, so you saw now we have over half battery. So you saw in the last, let's say, in the last, let's say 1 kilometer, right now it's switched to petrol engine, but in the last kilometer we drive only in electric mode. You saw this car, it's incredible. And look at this guy, because this car, it's here, it's impossible to saw those people. That's why it happens so many accidents in certain countries where the cars are allowed to park before the crosswalk. This is the most dangerous situation because so many drivers, they are driving 50 km/h because here is 50, right? But if you drive 50, if someone come from there, if someone running, it's a child or whatever, will be so dangerous. This is the most dangerous thing. By the way, the steering wheel in eco mode, and in general in sport mode it's a little bit stiffer, but the steering wheel in eco mode, it's extremely soft and assisted, so it's extremely easy to drive the car. It's extremely pleasant to drive the car in the city, and even for a lady or a woman, it's so easy. I think the women and ladies will love this car because it's easy to drive, and the steering wheel, it's extremely light. So yeah, it's quite pleasant. Plus when you're driving over the bumps, when you accelerate, when you brake, the pedals and everything seems to be quite smooth. I really like the car. No wonder why there are so many people that brought this car, and there are so many people interested in this car. Plus I think yeah, this might be in top 3 the best car in this class. And not only this car have the potential to be the car of the year or something like that, even though it's not released today, but still it's an incredible car. You just have the facelift right now. Not sure if that will go in a competition, but still it's one of my favorite car. Right now we get almost no traffic until here. I'm trying to figure it out, to go in a place where we get a little bit of traffic so we can simulate that. For example, right now I don't really need the climatic system, or at least I will switch it to 22 degrees because it starts to be a little bit cold inside, but I have to keep it like that because of the purpose of this video. All the tests I do it like that, and in the summer I still want to keep it like that so we can make it realistic for all the cars. But it's great that we have some traffic lights, stops and so on, which are really helpful for the test. Until now we have like 8.9 liter, until now we have 6.9 liter consumption, 5 kilometers. You can see down there, 5 kilometers down, 22 hours. This one is not good current trip because I talk a lot and the climatic system was on, and you see it's 22 minutes and here is 30 minutes from when we start. Here it's when we reset it, so it's 6.9 until now. Because if you stay in one place with the car and you have the climatic system on, then you lose energy, and we have made that when I started the video in the beginning. When I talked to you, we had lost a little bit of time. We have like 14 minutes drive until now, and 5.5 kilometer. I will drive a little bit more so we can make this simulation as real as possible, so a little bit more realistic. This driving, like I'm driving right now, it's really fit a lot with some countries like Switzerland. It's a lot like that, or some countries where you don't have too much traffic, but you have some traffic in certain areas. So even in Germany, in some areas, you know, at some point, it is like that. We can switch back to this graphic, which is showing you what happened with the energy. You can also switch. I like very much the way they position those buttons here. You can switch from here so easy. The car comes with auto hold function. You can switch between many other modes. You have here the parking sensors. You can activate, disactivate it, and it's cool. I mean, physical button on the steering wheel and all that stuff. The array, it's so smart. They did such a smart job with this car. So I think here we start to have a little bit of traffic. So from here we start to have some realistic driving conditions. So we can test that. Man, but it's running so smooth. The car, it's so smooth. This is one of the most important step, or this is one of the next step that the car manufacturers have to do. They have to start making those cars to be much more smoother when they make the transition between electric mode and petrol, or from brake to physical brakes. And also everything have to be, yeah, these cars feel like an expensive car. This car feel like you're driving a 100,000 euro car. This car feel like you're driving a Mercedes, or I don't know, something from premium brands. It's extremely good. Hyundai grow a lot in the last years. They did such a fantastic job with this car. And of course, as I said in my other videos with this car, this is one of that car which, if you will ask me, I would definitely recommend the car. How much we have here? Current trip, refuel 6.5 liters. And by the way, one of the most important thing, which I forget to tell you in the beginning of the video, it is the fact that the estimated consumption VLTP for this car, it's 6.5 liters. This is the estimated consumption. This car have 4,919 kilometers. So over 5,000 kilometers, over 5,000 or over 10,000 kilometers, the car usually the cars which have a petrol engine or diesel or so on, they start to consume less. And this car, it's almost reaching that point. So usually you can expect a little bit less consumption after the car passes 10,000 kilometers. But for now, I think it's not bad what I see right there. I think it's doing pretty good. Now I have to pass this guy with the motorcycle. I'm waiting for those two cars from the back to pass, and then I go to, come on man, and then I switch the lanes as well. Now when we go downhill, the car, it will regenerate more energy, more energy in the battery, and also when you press the brake, the car will regenerate more. Or you can play also with those pedals here behind the steering wheel to choose to regenerate a little bit more energy. Man, it feels so good over those bumps. The suspensions are really good. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I didn't expect to be that good. I feel like they are a little bit better than the pre-facelift version. I don't know why I have this impression, but I feel like they are better. Here we have those speed bumps, and every time you go over the speed bumps, not only that these sound pretty good, but they feel really comfy. That's the blind spot technology in the corner right there. I think I want to switch. You see, this is the blind spot view monitoring, which every time you turn the signal left or right, it will appear. Of course, you can switch it off, but it will appear left or right depending how you're turning the signals. And again, if you want to see the cameras, just activate the camera from here. It will remain as it was before, and you can see right now, very simple, what's happened in the back or in the front. Now it's great. This traffic here, it's perfect. This is perfect for our test. Exactly, this is what I was expecting. Exactly that. I want a little bit more traffic at some point, and then a little bit of rolling areas and so on. I think now I go after this one. Go out here. That's perfect. That's so good. Until now it's just perfect. How much we have until now? Like 6.9 liter consumption. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's almost close to what they declare. If you will drive this car outside the city, let's say on a national roads, you will get even a better consumption than that. But if you go on the highway, 130 and so on, probably will be kind of the same. Now depend on many factors, but we will see in the end. We will see. I'm really curious to see what kind of consumption. Plus, I want to point out something. When I start driving with you guys, the engine was quite cold. I didn't prepare the engine before. I didn't drive before. The car was for the whole night park outside, so I didn't drive it before. So the engine was quite cold, the petrol engine, so wasn't warm, so it was like the same as you will go to the car and then just start driving after the car was parked for the whole day or the whole night. But here again, traffic, stop and go. kind of normal traffic conditions and in those areas. It's so cool because, you know, this blind spot view monitoring which you see in the front here, it's fantastic because, you know, sometimes I don't even need to look in the mirrors. For example, if I do like that, I already see that it's nothing there in the mirror. You know, Tesla tried this thing with this the same thing, but on the screen here on the right side, but it's not as good as this one, because when you have this cockpit, you just look, your eyes will always stay in the front or here, and in the same time you see in the back. But when it's here on the right side, it's already a miss because you have to turn your head on the right side, right? So it's not as efficient as it is in the front. It's much easier. If it's one thing that I wish to have on my car, will be the cockpit or a head-up display. You see, the turning circle is pretty good, so you can turn the car and drive it in small spaces pretty easy. And this is something that I really appreciate on this Tucson. It's really a nice, comfy car to drive on long trips. The direction, it's pretty good. I like that the feedback to the wheels is quite fine. It's not super sporty, it's more set up to the comfort, but that's the way it should be, because it's made to be like that. It's made to be comfortable. It's perfect for a family, for the person that will buy this car. It's just perfect the way it's set it up. And another thing is the fact that when you press the acceleration, when you put the foot on the acceleration, it's really responsive, because first time we'll start with the electric motor, will give you that punch that electric motors usually have. So that's really good, because you don't have that delay, you have instantaneous power. Good consumption, where is it? 7 liters, guys. So we are like half liter away from the estimation. We have half liter more than 6.5 liter, which is VLTP, which is pretty good, because usually in time you should expect a little bit less. Let's say it's already having 5,000 kilometers, maybe over 10,000 you will have maybe 0.2 liter less, but it's quite close to what they claim. Plus the engine was not warm. But yeah, that was the driving in the city without super high traffic. So we didn't have high traffic, so it's kind of a normal mixed conditions, a little bit of traffic and a little bit of easy driving. Anyway, 6.9, you see now it's going lower, I think because we have enough battery. Yes, exactly, because we have enough battery. Where is the battery? Let me see. Yeah, we have over half. So you remember we start with half battery, and now we have 2 lines over the half, which is great. But because we're driving right now in slow with the battery, the consumption go even lower. Oh my god, 6.8 liters. What? I didn't expect that. So that's great news, man. That's great news. Let's park it around here. Oh, come on. 6.8 liters we have consumption now. Maybe let's park another place because these guys, they try to do something around here. I don't know what they're selling or what they're doing, but it doesn't matter. 6.8. Let me park and we check one more time. Man, the cameras are also really good. Great resolution, great stuff. I think it looks fantastic. One of the best resolution on the camera. It's really clear. Also the bird's eye view look great. And then you just press the park and that's it. 6.8. You can see for yourself right there in the middle. Quite nice results. Pretty good results from my point of view. 11.7 kilometers, 30 minutes of driving. Yeah, for an SUV big like that, estimated it's 6.5, 6.8, 0.3 difference. Plus the car wasn't warm. I think from my point of view it's pretty good. That was the video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to check out the other video where I go on the highway at higher speed plus city driving with more traffic, and there you can see a mix and you can see the consumption there. But yeah, I hope the video was useful. As always, thank you very much for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate that, guys. So thank you very much to all of you that being here. Full review, it's already online, and all other videos with the same car are online, so definitely check them out. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.